had a real job. I was managing a furniture store and wrestling on the weekends. And then all of a sudden one day, Umaga Eki, he walks in the door of the furniture store because he lived in Pensacola at the time, and he walked through the door and said, "Hey man, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Dude, wrestling's come and gone for me, and I'm a normal human being now. I'm home every night with my kids, doing homework and blah blah blah." And he said, "Oh no, man, there's no Armstrong supposed to be anywhere but the wrestling business." And I said, "No, dude, really, I'm good. I'm good." He goes, "No," and I knew at that time he was a star in WWE, and about when he left, he said, "Let me get your number," and I gave him my number. And about a month later, he walks into that furniture store and said, "Hey, here's John Laurinaitis' card." He said, "Give him a call." And I said, "Oh, Eki, I can't, man. I'm a dad now. I'm home I'd spent my career on the road. So, I mean, all my children's youth I had spent on the road. And now I'm at home with them every night eating dinner. And I said, I just can't, I'm good, man. He goes, "Hey, it's worth a phone call, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And so I made the phone call, and the rest is history. I had a 15-year run with with WWE, and literally they didn't hire me until I was 45 years old. So I had a really good, really fortunate, really good run. And honestly, without Umaga, I would have never had that opportunity.
When you do get the job there, Johnny Ace, any sort of relationship with Ace, or not really?
Oh yeah, my first tour of Japan was in 1991, and Johnny was on the tour, and that's when I met him. And so he kind of showed me the ropes about being in Japan and the different style, because it was a much different style than I was used to. And but he helped me a lot. And then fast forward, I'm in WCW, and Johnny gets an office gig there, and so. Had a little bit of a relationship. Didn't see him a whole lot because he wasn't on the road except for TVs. So I would see him in a couple of TVs here and there. But then when I, at 45, we have the phone call to talk about going to WWE. Well, then it became I worked for him. I mean, Vince was the guy that ran the operation, but Johnny kind of helped run everything else. And Johnny was like his right hand man. And so I dealt with Johnny every day, as a referee. But then once I became a producer, he was my department head. I mean, he was my boss. So it was, dealing with him, talking to him, emailing every day. And, but yeah, I mean, long relationship with Laurinaitis from 91,
Wow.
long one.
When you look at it, though, like you said, you got released. You were expecting it? Are you surprised, or just because of the way the world was at that point, you kind of expected that?
So my last look, I've been released by that company 3 different times.
Right, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
And the last one, I did not see coming. We had done NXT TV on a Tuesday night. I went back to the apartment. My brother, Road Dog, he was down there too working, but he was off that week. And so all of a sudden I get a phone call from him saying, "Hey man, I just got released." And I went, "Whatever, dude. When are you coming down here?" Because we were sharing an apartment in Orlando. We both lived here, but we had an apartment down there too. And he said, "No, I'm serious." And so about a half hour later, I get the phone call, and I went, "Oh wow!" And then I find out that they released 15 people that day, 15 behind the scenes. And so I realized they're going through hey, look, at the time, it was WWE, it wasn't Endeavor. And so I understood that it's business. You know what I mean? Every time I was released, you can't get mad at anybody. It's the business being the business.